LA from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Here to continue my thought experiment, where I take the 2025 Giants roster, or at least the presumed Giants roster, and see how they might have fared against the 2024 Giants schedule. I've already done weeks 1 and 2. I think we would have beat Minnie and Washington last year. We did beat Cleveland in week 3, so I don't have to do that game. I'm pretty sure this team would have an easier time than last year's team in beating Cleveland. So now we're up to week 4 against Dallas. So I want to take a look at how I think the 2025 Giants would have done against the Dallas Cowboys last year in week 4. So let's start by just saying, I think the Giants are better than last year. And we lost that game last year 20-15. It was a 1-score game. So what do you think, let's say? Anyway, so here is one of the key plays in the game. Why so late, DJ? This could have been a touchdown, but we settled for 3 on this drive instead. So let's take a look. I'm sure you remember this play where a little stutter and go, and Neighbors is wide open, but he's got to wait for the ball and do a little pirouette, turn around, and he gets tackled at the 40 instead of scoring. Does DJ even, know where Neighbors is going to be? You would think that he knows that the stutter and go is coming, right? And you would think that right now, when clearly he's biting, your eyes should light up. DJ should be saying, oh, let me get this ball out right now. Your Neighbors is open at like the 28-yard line, right? Right now, he's past you. But you're still backpedaling. And I mean, I guess you're looking at him, but you're not ready to throw. If this ball is out right now, and I think it'll be out right now next year, this year with Russell Wilson, if he throws this ball to the 35, I think this is a touchdown. This is the man that makes the tackle. If he catches this ball in stride at 35, this man doesn't make this tackle, I don't think. Right? So, but instead, you still got the ball. And now you're just starting to wind up and throw now. And you throw this little lollipop that, he basically had the fair catch. Instead of putting some zip on the ball and hitting him at the 35 or even at the 38, you make him do this. Stop, pirouette, turn around, backpedal, wait for the ball, wait for the ball, wait for the ball. And now he catches at the 45. But by now, the safety has already closed quite a bit of that distance. So by the time you gather yourself and turn around and can see who's coming, he's here already, and he makes the tackle. So nice play, obviously field flipping play, but could have been a great play. Could have been a touchdown, but it wasn't. Here's a play I've shown before. It's where Tay Banks does not get to the sideline, and he allows, this is actually CeeDee Lamb, who's in the backfield for some reason, taking a toss. If Banks comes down to the sideline right here and forces CeeDee Lamb to cut this back up inside where all of this help is, maybe he gets to the 32, 33-yard line, right? That's what this play should have been about. There just was no reason for Banks to allow this tight end to get inside of him and push him inside, to get outside of him, and push him inside. And that's what opened up this seam for another 10 yards. So they get to the 41-yard line instead of the 33-yard line because you refused to come outside, which is your job. Terrible. Even when the bank's closed, you're open. You've heard people say Tay Banks is actually pretty good in coverage. Like, receivers don't get much separation on him. He just doesn't turn around and play the ball. Here's what they're talking about. This is Tay Banks on CeeDee Lamb. It's 3rd down and like 3. And Lamb just runs a quick slant. You are all over him, but he still makes the catch because for some reason you are just unable to make a play on the ball, even when you're in great coverage. Bank was closed, receiver was open. Here's another frustrating, head-scratching. I know, again, Nubin, it was a rookie. He was a rookie. This is his 4th year in the league, but it's 3rd and 2. Like, they have to get to the 21. And here's Nubin inside the 10. Now, in single high coverage, I get that. But really, I mean, who are you covering at the 5, right? You were at like the 8, the 7, and you run back to the 2. Now, they run, right, a little rub route, which frees him up on the slant because you kind of got in his way. And Flott doesn't get back fast enough to stop this pass, but it's caught at the 21. if you had been like at the 10, maybe this play, I mean, it's already a first down, right? He's at the sticks now. But if you had been at the 10, maybe this play gets stopped at the 15. But no, you're at the 2. Why are you at the 2? Which receiver are you covering? Who's at the 2? Nobody. So now you have to come all the way up here and make this tackle at the 5 or 6. I think Javon Holland does that better. I think Javon Holland helps Tyler Nubin do it better. So I think we have better back end safety help this year because we have better players playing and mentoring the other players than we had last year. This was one of many frustrating plays by Daniel Jones today. We had a free play. This man jumps off sides. Slayton goes deep and is open and he's behind Trevor Diggs, but Daniel just doesn't have enough arm to get it to him. See, there's the jump. Free play. This is what Aaron Rodgers does so well. Not that I wanted Aaron Rodgers, but he throws this ball to a man who is 2 yards behind the defensive back, but underthrows him so badly that the defensive back actually intercepts it. Now, the interception doesn't stand because they were offsides. We get the ball back, but that was a blown touchdown. Again, let's look at Slayton. This should have been 6. Slayton is behind him now. Like if this ball is out now and has some steam on it, right? You see he's raising his hand like, I'm open. Throw it to me, please. Well, he did. But look at that separation. You're 2 yards behind him and 2 yards to the right of him. That's a huge window. Just let it go down the sidelines. But now you see Slayton start to slow down and come to a stop and turn around, and the ball's intercepted because he couldn't reach him here at the 30 or the 28-yard line where it should have been. Okay, this is the same drive. Yet another missed touchdown pass on this drive. Tyrone Tracy, former wide receiver, split out wide, is wide open. Wide open. Throw the ball up the field. He walks into the end zone. Where did you throw it? To the sidelines, where he has to make a toe tap catch, which he didn't make. He was out of bounds. But nevertheless, if the ball was thrown in the right place, he wouldn't have had to do a little toe tap along the sidelines. He's wide open. What? And there's plenty of space between him and the sideline here. Throw the ball up here, out here even. And he walks into the end zone. But where you put it, he couldn't even keep his feet in bounds. I think Russell Wilson does a better job of that. This was another third down missed read by Daniel Jones. Like, I don't understand it. The tight end is wide open. Wide open. Tight end. Wide open. I mean, wide open. You don't see this? And he's open, although there's 2 people closing down on him. So maybe with your arm not being that strong, you're afraid you can't fit this in. But there's nobody even trying to cover him yet. You don't see that? Now, okay, the ball is out, but you had time, right? The protection is fine. You didn't have to make a quick decision, especially this quick decision, which is short of the sticks on third down. Why you would throw the ball short of the sticks on third down? And of course, he gets tackled immediately. When you've got a man out here wide open, don't get it. I've talked about this play before. We got it. Like they had to get to the 40. They're at like the 39 and a half, 39 and 3/4. There's like a foot to go. The 2 defensive tackles on third and less than 1 drives me batty. Why do we have 2 defensive tackles? We have more than 2 defensive tackles on the roster, right? So this year with Darius Alexander and Jeremiah Ledbetter and even Roy Robertson Harris, who I'm not a big fan of, but even him, put some beef in here, please. Because since you didn't have the beef in here, all these little guys are trying to crowd the box because they're like, well, we don't have any beef. They're probably going to run right up the middle, so we have to be the beef. And then the running back just bounces outside where nobody's home. Like literally nobody's out here. Fortunately, Kayvon gets his hand on your foot, trips you up, or you might have been running for days. But if we stop doing the 2 defensive tackles on third and 1, I'd really appreciate that. Here's another bad read by the quarterback. Shocking. It is going to be such a relief to have good quarterback play this year. You might say to yourself, well, where was the bad read, Clay? I'll show you. So we snapped the ball at the 34, right? I'm sorry, at the 40. You were at the 42, neighbors. That's where you want to throw this ball to the 42? You don't know that he's getting ready to come across the middle? Like there's plenty of time. There's nobody in your face. You can't tell that he's behind this linebacker and is going to have all of this space to work in, right? You hold that ball another half second and he's coming wide open. You're way too far back to stop this pass. If you put it right here on the ear hole of the Giants helmet, that's wide open. But again, you don't even look. Wrong read, way underthrown. You must be getting tired of hearing that. Okay, so first of all, the pocket was fine. Why are you rolling to the right? The pocket was fine. There is nobody in your face. Why are you rolling to the right? Now, you might say, well, maybe the play was designed for him to roll to the right, Clay. No, he's running a post right to left. This ball is going to wind up out here somewhere. Why do you want to roll to the right to throw a post to the left with that popgun arm? So not only was there no pressure, but you're actually running away from the pass you want to throw. It's obvious that that's the pass you want to throw. Now, why is it the pass you want to throw? That's another question. The safety help over the top, which he takes a ridiculously bad angle on, but here's the safety help over the top. You're only a step behind him. You're not like wide open. You know who is wide open? Slayton. Wide open. Did you not know the play? Didn't you call this play? Don't you know the route combos? If you see this safety heading this way to cover neighbors, then when he breaks across the middle, he's going to be open. You're not going to get in front of him to make that, to break up that pass, right? Right now, the ball should be out for you. You should catch this ball right here. And there's nobody that can stop that pass right now. There's nobody there to stop that pass. But you're still setting up your feet, patting the ball, waiting for him to run a post that you know you can't reach. You're at the 20. He's already at midfield. There's no chance you're going to hit him in stride. But you throw it anyway. Now, in fairness, he is behind his man, and you did do some weird reverse pivot like you were on Dancing with the Stars or something, right? So you see how far away he is from neighbors. If Russell Wilson threw this ball, this might have been the right beat, right? This could have been a touchdown to neighbors, although I still would have liked to take this easier, closer, higher percentage pass. But yeah, if Russell Wilson throws this ball, maybe he does complete it. Look how far away you are. Guess who breaks up the pass? That's how high it was. That's how much slowing down neighbors had to do, like he was going to fair catch it. That guy came over and broke it up from like across the street. That shows you how high that ball was, how long that ball was in the air, because that safety was nowhere near neighbors. Terrible. Okay, here's another. Oh my goodness. Do you not know the plays? Do you not know where people on the field are? Now, again, a little bit of pressure, not a lot of pressure, a little bit of pressure, right? Immediately, there's no pressure, and you're looking to the right, and there's nobody open to the right. Like, I don't know who you thought you were throwing it to here, but you're looking there and you cock your arm back like you're getting ready to throw it. To who? He's not open. He's not open. Well, he's open, but not anywhere that can do any good. These two are not open at all. So who are you getting ready to throw it to? Who are you cocking your arm to throw it to? You step up, and this linebacker sees you step up and he comes up. Well, he had the responsibility for Tyrone Tracy coming out of the backfield. Don't you know that? Tossed him the ball. He walks into the end zone. Walks into the end zone. You had a little pressure on you. Somebody got his hand on your jersey, but you broke free of that, right? There's the hand on your jersey. You break free of that. And yeah, he's closing in, but why are you going this way? When you broke through free of him, you should have just dumped the ball off here for a walk-in touchdown. I mean, do you not know where the players in the field are? Why are you going that way? I don't understand it. Worst read of the three wide receivers, and you threw it late. So let's look at this play. Of the three receivers, honestly, I think you chose the wrong one to throw it to, But if you were going to throw it to him, neighbors, it should have been out a long time ago. Okay, again, pocket is fine. Pocket is fine. You know the play. Here's the first down marker. You know he's going to break down and do a little comeback just past the sticks, right? So this ball should be out already. This ball should be out now. So when he breaks down, the ball's hitting him in his chest. You haven't even thrown it yet. He's at a full stop, chopped his feet, came to a full stop. He's at a stop. And now you're throwing the ball. Now, you completed the pass, right? And you did get the first down. So it's going to go in the stat book like a good play. But look what could have happened. Again, you made this call. You know the plays. You can't see that he's open. I mean, Jalen Hyde is wide open. Wide open. He's open now. I mean, that seems to be kind of where you're looking. You throw this ball right now, Jalen Hyatt catches the ball at the 40 and is gone. But you waited so long that by the time you threw it, he's coming back. He's coming across to tackle neighbors, but he's still the better read, right? He's further downfield. He's running where there aren't people. Honestly, this is a better read. He's coming across the field right now. Again, you call the play, right? You know what the routes are. You can't see right now that the middle of the field is more inviting, appealing than this out where there's two people getting ready to tackle him. So I think of the three, waiting this long to throw to neighbors was the worst decision of the three, right? You see him breaking and raising his hand like, hey, I'm open too. These two guys were better reads than he was by the time you threw the ball. Again, does he even know the plays that he calls? So they're in. T- Trayvon Diggs is in press man on your best receiver, Malik Neighbors, right? Press man is dangerous, right? And Trayvon Diggs is known for this. If you get the jam on the receiver, yeah, you throw off the timing, and that's a good thing. But if you miss, like he does, wide open, like that could have been thrown now, right? You could have hit Neighbors right here in stride now. He's backpedaling. He's across the street. He's not going to catch him. He catches this ball here. That's good yardage. But you don't throw it. And then Diggs doesn't even go all the way with him. You don't see him now? You don't see him coming across the middle now? You didn't know that was the route he was going to run if you didn't hit him on the hot read? This is the throw you make? And again, if you were going to make that throw, it should be out now. So when he chops his feet, the ball should be out, but you're not even on your back foot. You're not even ready to throw yet. So he's chopping his feet. You see this dust kicking up? He's chopping his feet, and you haven't thrown the ball yet. The ball should be out already. So now you step to your left and make this throw, but you gave him time to break down. And so what does he do? He comes back up and breaks up the pass. But look at neighbors. Nobody's near neighbors. Neighbors, not even Hyatt, who you hate. Neighbors. Nobody's near him. DJ on the throw Slayton again. So again, would the 2025 Giants have done better in this game? I think there are several plays I've just shown you where the 2025 Giants would have done better. Here's Slayton. He's behind the defensive back and not by a lot. And the ball is thrown to him, but you see him breaking down and slowing down and trying to catch it underneath the armpit of the cornerback that he had run past because, again, Daniel can't reach him. So, yeah, that I'm glad that he took the deep shot. I think Russell Wilson puts that ball out another 5 yards so that you don't have to slow down. And you're behind the safety too, basically. This could have been another touchdown. So again, a lot of plays left on the table. Did Hyatt say something about your mama? Like, I don't understand. Why are you so mad at Hyatt? Why do you refuse to throw the ball to Hyatt? Again, you called the play. You know the route combo. That's not open? You don't think that's open? It's not open yet, and you are just drifting to the right, presumably looking downfield. He's not open. Like if I'm not, I really don't know who you're looking at because you could easily have completed this pass if you wanted to, but this pass would have been a better pass. He's clearing out, taking the safeties with him, right? He's clearing out, taking the safeties with him. Hyatt is standing there by himself. So is him. So is Wandale. He is standing by himself. You, of course, roll for another 10 yards. I'm not sure what you're looking at because he's still wide open and you still didn't throw it. And then you finally throw it to Wandale. Here's the first down marker that you're behind. And okay, well, he slips past one tackler, but not five, and doesn't get the first down. Let's watch this play. First of all, why did you leave the pocket? The pocket was fine. Pocket is fine. The pocket is fine. You're leaving the pocket for no reason. Maybe if you don't leave the pocket, maybe you have an easier time seeing Hyatt. But the fact is, you should have seen Hyatt. Let's watch Hyatt. Wide open. Oh, sorry, this is Hyatt. Wide open. This is Slayton clearing him. Hyatt wide open. Wandale wide open. Hyatt wide open. Wandale wide open. Then you finally throw it tackled. You ignore Bellinger too. I don't understand why you ignore Bellinger. Here's Bellinger on this weird play where that's who you wind up throwing it to. Like all these people in the way. Bellinger's wide open, and you throw the little check down behind the line of scrimmage instead of hitting Bellinger, who was wide open. Like, what did Bellinger have to do to get open enough for you to throw it to him if this wasn't it? And you're rolling to the right, and there's literally no one else in the pattern over here. So you obviously are looking at Bellinger, and you called the play. You know where Bellinger's supposed to be. The ball should be out already. And by the time Bellinger turns his head, the ball should be on his chest, right? He's at the 10. There's a safety back here, but he wouldn't have been able to make that play. And you'll see the safety at the very end. There he is, right? But he wouldn't have been able to stop that ball if you put it here. And this play, okay, so here's a nice number 99 is Chauncey Golston, who we just signed away from Dallas in free agency. Here's a nice play by him, right? Throws the tight end out the way, throws the tackle out the way because Daniel Jones rolls to his right and puts pressure on Jones, makes Jones throw the ball away. So that's a nice play by Golston. But why did you leave the pocket, Daniel? The pocket was fine. Why? Why are you rolling to the right? The pocket is fine. The pocket is fine. There is nobody here. But when you roll, you let Golston free himself up, right? Illuminor doesn't know you're rolling. His back is to you. He's got him blocked. If you just stay there, this play is very well blocked. But no, you have to roll out, and now you put pressure on yourself. Once again, pocket was fine, and someone was wide open. I know they're showing this tape to Jackson Dart, so Jackson Dart can see what not to do. This was the play, by the way, where Malik Neighbors got the concussion and had to miss next couple of games. But let's just take a look at this whole play. First of all, pocket is fine. There is no reason for you to be moving your feet. The pocket is fine. No one is coming. Second of all, wide open. That's tight end, wide open. I mean, wide open. Throw him the ball. Honestly, he's open too, but not as wide open and not as far downfield. So you roll to your left, which you didn't have to do, and rolling to your left is harder because you have to throw the ball across your body. And he was a rookie. Theo Johnson's a rookie. He'll learn that when the quarterback starts scrambling, it may not be the best idea to go further downfield, especially if the quarterback is Daniel Jones. It may not be a great idea to go further downfield, even though it looks like it's open grass. You want to sit down here or at least drift back along the same direction the quarterback's running in so he has an easier chance to see you and find you. But yes, you are in fact wide open and getting further downfield and wider open, which is a good thing in theory, but didn't work out because Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. So here's Neighbors, and here's Trayvon Diggs, who's right underneath him and clearly covering him. So here's Tyrone Tracy, who releases into another wide open space. You can't see that he's wide open. Like you only see neighbors? Like what do I have to do to show you that this man is who you should have thrown to at this point? Even this man, who I think is Slayton, would have been a safer throw than trying to squeeze this into this sideline. And this was again the play the Neighbors gets a concussion on. And in fairness, Daniel makes a good throw. He actually hits Neighbors in the hands. And if he didn't get a concussion, he probably catches this ball. But this is the read, the second read, right after the Theo Johnson wide open tight end read that you didn't seem to want to make. Is he's raising his hand saying, "Oh my God, how much more open do I have to get? Please throw me the ball." Right? See him raising his hand. Hi, open. But again, he would have been better off being open here. This is that same play, just to show you that the pocket was fine. Pocket's fine. Pocket's fine. There is nothing wrong with this pocket. There is no reason for you to be moving. Why are you moving at all? Why are you moving at all? And when you move, you make blockers have to react to the fact that you moved, and defenders get a new angle at you that they didn't have before. So yes, if you had just stayed in the pocket, I think you might have seen Theo Johnson, and there was no reason for you not to stay in the pocket. If we get one more receiver, but especially Wan'Dale Robinson, running short of the sticks on third down, I'm going to have a fit. Now, if it was 3rd and 28, sure, but this is 3rd and 4, right? You see where the ball snapped at 36, we have to get to the 40. Why would you stop at the 39? Why would you do that? And then get tackled at 39? What on earth are you thinking about that on 3rd and 4, you run a 3-yard route? Right? You could have gotten to the 41. I don't understand that. And Daniel needs to say that when you get back to the huddle. Bro, stop doing that. He's past the sticks. I would have rather you throw it to him. He's past the sticks. I would have rather you throw it to him. This little safety check down, which really wasn't safe because it's 3rd down and 4, not 2nd down and 4. We're punting now anyway. Get past the sticks, please. Okay, I want to end on a good note. And this may not look like a good note, but it is. This is Andrew Thomas, one of the best left tackles in football, completely whiffing on Micah Parsons. Why do I show you that? Because I'm wondering if this might be a peek into our future with Abdul Carter, who is a similar athlete. Look at that jab step. Micah just shook Andrew Thomas. Thomas gets up and just shakes his head like, bruh, good one. Right? I mean, this is just quickness, jab step. Thomas thinks he's going out to Thomas's left. He cuts underneath him. Thomas doesn't even get a hand on him. And now he's just standing in the backfield by himself, makes the tackle. And I think we're going to be seeing that from Abdul Carter next year. So that makes me very happy to see something that I think is a foreshadowing of what we have on our team. The upshot, I think we should have won this game. We beat ourselves with enough unforced errors in a game that we still only lost 20-15. We could easily have won this game last year, and I believe the 2025 team would have won this game. I think we would have scored 24 points. Easy, right? I think there was at least another 2 drives where we could have got a touchdown instead of the field goal, in that first one where Neighbors did the double move, and then another drive where we underthrew Slayton and then Tyrone Tracy. There were opportunities for more touchdowns. We left them on the table. And I think our defense would be at least as good. So I don't think they would have even scored 20 against us, certainly not more than the 20 that they scored. So if we lost this game 2015, I think we win this game with the 2025 Giants at least 24-20. So that's what I think, but I want to know what you think. So as always, please grab that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all those good things. Tell us what you think about this thought experiment in week 4 of the Giants 2024 season against the 2025 Giants roster. All right, Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas, all about Big Blue, and I'm
out. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.